Metatron, the chief of the Tetragrammaton, the greatest of all heavenly hierarchs, the first and last of the 10 angels of the Briatic world. He is the king of angels, the prince of presence, and of the divine face, the chancellor of heaven, and the chief of the ministering angels. His true form, the width of his body being equal to the size of the world.
This information must go to basically your country to know that Canada team, Angel of the God, as I told few months ago, Angel of God traveling to your country from Ontario. Angel of the God traveling by cloud. You can see that this clouds by Angel Michael guiding to your Ontario, which is the, if you can look to this fox here, is the unknowing angel. We are talking about at least few million angels surrounded in Ontario. Their first attack be windstorm they bring to your city, but this windstorm started by low, by maybe 100 kilometers or 80 kilometers or 70 kilometers, but they are going to bring 250 kilometer wind in your city to 300 kilometer wind to Ottawa. Their plan to completely bring your government, Canada, under this news, breaking word news investigation about my case in Canada, what I faced for few years, not few years actually, 8 years. So this angel of the God coming by windstorm, as I told you here, I did told you maybe few months ago, 5 months ago, angel of the God traveling to your country. Not 5 months ago, I did told 2 months ago, but check out this.
Battle against the wind tonight with powerful gusts sweeping across the GTA. Offshore, Environment Canada is warning of waves of 3 to 4 meters, while Toronto Island has been dealing with wind gusts over 70 kilometers an hour.
You can see that 70 kilometers, but this 70 kilometers, we are talking about 270 kilometers is coming by angel of the God to your city. But their plan to freezing your government, Canada, bringing your government on the world news, as I told, which is I am myself guilty, I understand, but your side is the 10,000 times worse guilty than I am guilty today. So everything coming on the news, Canada team, about your country, what is the God plan, what God is going to do from December, you can call from December 22, 15. Angel of the God will bring in your government, Canada, under this investigation, which is I did send you many times, and I did send you again, and I am sending you again, Canada team, to know that you've been charged for the major crime about my case in Canada, what you did behind the internet, behind everything. I understand from your Canadian Security Service this game casting continually about my case in your country, which is that they told you wind coming to your country here. This wind plan of the angel to bring in your electricity in Ontario be shut down. It means your business in Ontario completely be shut down for long time. To bring in those culture, you did give job behind my case in Canada on the investigation. So you must believe, Canada team, if you are guilty, if you are innocent, you walk away from this space attack to tsunami, which is coming to your country. But if you are not guilty, if you are guilty, you must believe. Cost to your government, as I told, 700,000 trillion government of Canada being charged to pay for windstorm and ice storm coming after that, freezing ice storm. I understand God waiting for the winter, which is 1 month, 2 months. God planned to bring ice storm to the Ontario, Quebec, Montreal, Ottawa, completely be freeze on the angel of the God investigation, which is I descend to many part European country to know that this angel traveling by clouds, which is here, you can see that this is a cloud of the angel traveling to your city, Ontario. Their plan, freezing your government, Canada, under my investigation, as I told, for 700,000 Terelon, which is I am bringing to you evidence here. God wants 700,000 Terelon from your government, Ontario, from this man in charge in Ottawa. He been charged for 700,000 Terelon. No United States, no European, no China, no even Russia can involve about your country, what God is going to bring, sir. So I am sending to all of you to know that this video YouTube going to the before December 30, space God by this angel coming to your country for major basically emergency, which is I did send this coming. This is coming to your capital city, Ottawa. I understand Maria Hurricane, which is one of the lady in charge in the God basically side, her plan to bring this hurricane, which is I bring it to your evidence here. Her plan to bring this tsunami, major hurricane, tsunami, basically costing the electricity be shut down completely by power grid completely be closed down. So my duty to send in many of you to know that the Maria hurricane is on the way to your country, Mr. Canada team, because they're happening in the Ripico in the Mexican, I don't know which part of that, but costs being destroyed in halting the system of that country. You can see Hurricane Maria. I bring it to you here, evidence. Is this closest country to you actually is not too far from your country. You can see that this hurricane happening, Hurricane Maria costing basically to Puerto Rico which is the closest country here. You can see that to your country, Canada team. This is according to information I have. This coming by her. Her plan to bring investigation to your government, Canada, about my case in Canada. If I am guilty, you must believe they are not going to attack your country. If you are guilty, you must believe this attack is on the way from before December 23rd, begin December 23rd, they bring Sudan and Gomorrah to your government in Canada about my case, what you did cause and what I facing. As I told you that before, I don't hide in from God. I know I am guilty myself, but we can see who is coming more guilty about my case in your country. So this information going to the many people country to know that a space coming for major disaster and completely shutting down your business in Canada, according to this man here. They completely shutting down your government business in Canada. You can see that one Maria hurricane able to destroy the completely halting the Ontario. We can see from Quebec, Ottawa completely be shut down. So this information must go to many people to know that basically God using me, which is I am guilty myself, I understand, but God using me and God know I am innocent. You cast in my future Canada team serious crime by your department, Canadian Security Service, multicultural. So you've been charged Canada, Canadian Security Service and your RCMP For 700,000 trillion, God told, I bring it to you evidence here, Mr. God told 700,000 trillion in 2022, begin of 2023, which is the ice storm God released into your country. An ice storm happening before costing that time 100 years ago, I don't know when was it, that 50 years ago, costing $800 million that time. But this time today, as my number I told you, 700,000 trillion to electricity cable be freeze. So this information must go to many people, especially to European government, to NATO and Russia, especially to those people to know that this space God released an angel by her. Released an angel by her to come in by final investigation to your country, Canada team. And this is a final message God want to be sent. And this information will go to the NATO very soon, and NATO will receive this information because God command to NATO receive this information to know that your country is under investigation by a space God site for serious investigation, which is the major hurricane and tsunami is on the way to your country.